So I got invited to do Dirt Diaries, and I had never been to Canada, but I had also never been to Crankworx. It seemed like a good year to come partake in both and just see what that's about, get involved and see if it's something that I would like to spend more time doing. Bit of an experiment, but Crankworx, Whistler, we're doing it. Today we're dual slaloming. It should be fun. Never dual slalomed before. We'll see if I can click enough things in my head before we qualify to see what happens. We're just trying it out. So we just finished up dual slalom qualifiers. I didn't qualify because I missed a gate. I maybe actually even missed 2 gates, but I've never done this before, so we were just trying it out to see how I liked it. Spending time with all the other girls was kind of more my goal, and I had the best time, so pretty hyped on it, pretty excited to maybe do this more. So we'll see how that goes next year, later, I don't know, whenever. Angie's bike. I guess I'm Angie's mechanic now because I didn't get into pump track. This year I was signed up to race in the Air DH race on A-line. Never raced a downhill race, but I had spent quite a bit of time riding on A-line and felt comfortable riding fast on it. I was the first to drop, and broadcasting and timing ended up not being ready, so that was a bit of a bummer. But ultimately it didn't matter anyway, because I got to the bottom of the track, hit a rock, and flew into a tree. So before I wrecked, I was having the best time on that track. I think it was the fastest and the cleanest I had ever ridden the whole thing straight, and ultimately just made a tiny little mistake that landed me off the track. Overall, I was looking at like a mid-pack finish, which was my goal. So I was psyched to see my GoPro time lining me up with somewhere around mid-pack, even though the crash itself wasn't really expected. Fuck. I got an invitation earlier this year to come and film for Dirt Diaries, which is a competition at Crankworx every year. Obviously that was going to be a yes from me, so I did that.
Let's hear it for Blake Hansen!
I heard you just got here! Cool, dude, let's go.
Michaela Gatto. Disorganized chaos, creative genius. Maybe my twin.
So we were talking a little bit yesterday about, educating people, and I was saying something to you about my friends and having to educate my friends, and I think a lot of people don't mean to harm, but they just aren't educated, and they don't really realize the weight of what they're saying until they personally know a trans person. Like, you're kind of still in that, like, paving the way. So how do you think we can, like, move in a way that makes that introduction into the industry a little easier for the next girl?
I would hope that people will start to be able to see that there's room for everyone, and that trans people being involved on the competition end of the sport isn't taking away from anyone else's abilities or budgets or winnings. Like, there's room for all of us to take our turns. Just take a beat to consider the things that they had to deal with and the things that maybe they're currently dealing with, looking around and saying to themselves that they're the only person like them there, that how that might make them feel.
There's enough bathroom stalls for everyone to take a shit together. It's all good.
There's definitely been an extra level of tactics, I think, that has come into play with like
Acceptance.
yeah, like positioning myself in a place like, hey, everyone, I'm here. I'm a friendly. I'm with you. I'm here to support you. I'm hoping you could support me.
I'm not scary.
Like, I'm not scary. I'm not here to take all your paychecks away. Like, I'm trying to, but it's not really working. So let's establish me as a friend and let's all support each other. I think there's definitely been, like, that's been my mindset behind it all. It's like,
But the fact that that even has to be your mindset is
Yeah.
the fact that you are even having to think about how you're going to position yourself to be liked in a way that any cis woman wouldn't even have to worry about.
yeah, it's definitely an extra level of bullshit, I guess. I don't want to turn mountain biking into this place where trans women are taking over. That just isn't real. That's not going to happen. I just want to be part of the sport because I am part of the sport, you know?
So what's it like being trans?
Oh, really?
Nice! That was huge. This is so awesome. Seriously.
Yeah, my dad's in town at the same time as Crankworx for a business meeting, so we got him up on the hill and we're just hanging out. Get it, Dad?
I think so. Oh yeah, from the very beginning, as soon as little kid out in the neighborhood, seeing others like, I can do it, give me a bike.
A lot of my involvement in bikes has been because of my dad, so having him randomly show up in Whistler for some board meetings and then have time to come hang out with us was kind of full circle, kind of fun. I bet you that was fun for him. It was fun for me. In the last like 6 years, there's been kind of an interesting dynamic shift in our family with me coming out and having a conservative family. Like, they weren't immediate to show love and support, and so that was really hard for me. I think the one thing that has always been there is love, even though understanding is lacking. Love has always been there.
If I could just catch you like the whole way somehow, they'll get hurt probably more than me.
I was just thinking about how that would really hurt them because the speed bump would be a little bit big.
That's why they're gonna get wrecked more than I am.